Okay, we're back. Half Moon Bay, California, Gull, capital of Half Moon Bay, California. Actually, it's really a good place to see gulls from the context of North America. Two good ones today. This is a Glaucous Gull, or, well, we'll call it a Glaucous Gull for now. Some of the eastern people might go, okay, like that's got too much black on the bill tip for a regular Glaucous Gull, but a lot of our Glaucous Gulls look like that here, and they also look like this in Japan. So I'm not sure what to say. It just might be one of those things that is more common in the Pacific, or it may be that they have some mixed genes with other things like Glaucous-winged Gull. He's taking a little siesta. But this bird is a juvenile. He hasn't molted anything on the upper parts, and has those white primaries, the bicolored bill, and is distinctly lighter than most of the other birds in the flock. So it's the thing there we go. Kind of thing we call a Glaucous Gull. Around here, tertials, really speckled, pale, just slightly marbled. And if the bill was really expanded or something else that we could say was like a Glaucous-winged Gull, I'd buy the idea that these are all hybrids. But my guess is that we just need to broaden the concept of Glaucous Gull here in the Pacific. So never know, could be wrong, but I could also be right. So it's cool though, it's a rare one. I don't think there's been one here in Half Moon Bay this season yet. And then I'm kind of bummed because a dog just came by and scared everything. And minutes ago, there also was a lesser black-backed gull, which is even rarer here, and it's gone. So yeah, bummer about that. But we've got a bunch of things we can look at here. So the Glaucous Gull just stepped in front of behind a Western Gull, an adult Western Gull. And light is bright today. It's actually not the best for watching gulls, but the flock was big, so I thought I'd come out here and check it out. And we'll leave him for a while and check out what else is around. More Western Gull. And then if you're kind of looking at that bird there, that Western, I don't know how it comes out on the screen because Facebook Live really compresses the video, but if you look at those legs, they have a slight yellow tone. That's really common at this time of year. So yeah, just some people just tried to get them to come around so that they wouldn't scare the gulls. And that one behind is California Gull that it pokes through. It's a little paler on the back with the black wingtips and the white tips to each one of the primary feathers. Also, what's typical of California Gull in most plumages, well, not plumages, but the beak, the bill, is that you get a red and a black spot in most of the year. There it's walking away. So he never showed you its legs. People are always trying to look at the legs for gulls as if gulls couldn't be identified unless they had legs. And you don't need to see the legs on a lot of gulls to know what they are. And keep in mind that the base color for gulls is pink for the big guys. Even the ones that have yellow legs or greenish legs as adults tend to start out as pink. So in a way, what's the most informative is if you have yellow legs on a gull rather than pink. Pink is kind of the standard. Let me see if I can find something else to look at here in this flock. We've got herring gull type thing there. We got a young western gull looking away from us. And here, let's see where, if I can. Oh, there he is. There's a brownish thing in the middle. It's looking to the left and it's about to have a little nap. And if you look at this one, he's got a slightly smaller bill than some of the other ones we've been looking at, and well marked. And in fact, if you look at all those upper part feathers, they're the same age as the coverts. And even without seeing the wingtips on this bird, that real high forehead, smallish bill, full juvenile plumage, roughly, around Christmas. Only the Arctic gulls tend to keep a full juvenile plumage into the winter. So this guy is a Thayer's gull, or Thayer's Iceland gull, as they're called today. And just had a Glaucous-winged Gull pop in front of it and fall asleep. That is second cycle Glaucous-wing, already getting some gray on the back. See what else is in this. Here's see what else we can look at here. This one. So on this one, again, really crisp plumage. Even though you're not seeing the head or bill or anything like that, this is a kind of a long-winged bird. All that speckliness on the coverts, really well marked. Small build, full juvenile plumage. This is another Thayer's gull. And on average, they kind of look short-legged compared to birds like western or glaucous-wing, even herring. They also sometimes have a brighter pink leg color, but not always. I would say usually, but not always. So that's another Thayer's gull. Two Thayers almost back to back with juvenile glaucous is pretty cool. So even though it's not that cold here, the Arctic birds are down. And let's see, there's some herring gulls and stuff, but let's see if anybody's in a really good position here. Sleeping bird. That face is falling asleep on us, and somehow the camera keeps focusing on something weird. But this is a herring gull, a dull herring gull. You can see the yellow eye, the kind of large yet not amazingly expanded bill, and the way that the streaking is blobby, but it doesn't have a barred look. And barred, I'm meaning side to side, is more just classic streaking. Then the back is about what I would call sort of classic gull gray, black wingtips. So nothing there is telling me anything else other than herring gull. And then this guy that's looking away from us, for the Easterners, they'd be like, oh, what's that? Looks kind of like a young herring gull. But it isn't. It's a young western gull. And one of the ways that you can tell is if you look at the coverts, The coverts of Western gull have these big pale tips, almost like bands. Oh, there they go on the covert. So there he is again. That's a Western gull. They also have a really dark face, almost like a mask, a solid mask without much streaking on the face. But look at those coverts. Look at those folded wings. It looks almost like 3 pale bands on that folded wing. That's classic Western gull. And also when they fly, they also have white tips to the secondaries. Looks like a nice crisp trailing edge that you don't see that, at least in that, that crisply on a herring gull. Do we have our glaucous behind there? He's kind of like hiding out in the back there. All right, let's see. Let's get a little bit more nasty on you here. All right, this thing looking to the left, kind of a herring gull. You're thinking, okay, that looks pretty cool for a herring gull. It's got a yellow eye, it has a mid, classic gold gray upper parts. But if you're really sort of like paying attention to the wingtips, underside of the primaries are pale. You see that? He's just lifted them up. They're pale. So this is a hybrid. This is what they call a cook inlet gull. So it's mostly herring with glaucous wing in it. So the glaucous wing is giving you that pale underside of the primaries. Sometimes they're much more obviously intermediate. This one is more on the herring gull side. And sometimes they look like glaucous wings, yet they have pale eyes. Sometimes they look like herring gulls with pale undersides of the primaries and then very barred looking streaks on the head. This one is pretty herring gull like. And one thing that is you usually don't think about is glaucous-winged gull is actually a little darker back than herring. So they can look slightly darker backed, almost like just a tone darker than the really silvery looking classic herring gull. Look at this thing here. That's nice. Speckled, crisp, full juvenile plumage. And what I mean by that is all of the wing feathers, tertials, coverts, and the scapulars and back all are the same age. And relatively pale primaries, small bill, high forehead. That's a Thayer's gull. That's a first cycle Thayer's gull. Actually a juvenile Thayer's gull, which is what they tend to be through most of the winter until you get to about February, and then a lot of them start molting the back feathers. This is a relatively big Thayer's gull. They're not all small. Seeing if I can pop into something else that's cool here. So Thayer's gull, hybrids, regular gulls, glaucous wing. Oh man, the one I was looking for is moved. All right. Seeing if I got the right bird here. Yeah, this one is one of those tough ones, real tough ones. This adult that's just preening on the underside of his wing. So he looks like a herring gull. He's actually kind of smallish, and I mean, he's not as big as some of the herring gulls that are around. He's got a general herring gull look to him, but look at those underwings. They're pale. And you can go two ways on this one. It's either another hybrid, another cook inlet, or it could be a longer build Thayers than average. And I'm not sure. I can tell from just looking through here. I'd want to see the orbital ring color and other things just to be sure. But that's a troubling one. You can sort it out if you see more features, but through the scope like this, we're probably not going to be able to see all that. What we need to see. Seems like today it's a good day for herring hybrids, sort of cook inlet birds. There's a nice western to kind of reset your eyes to something normal. Glaucous wing in the back. Herring. That one there looks like a proper herring gull, adult. The yellow eyes, good normal solid streaking like a herring, and then black on the underwings. No sign of any pale on it. So it's nice to sort of sometimes just go back and see things that you can sort out to be the real deal, and then be able to use them to assess the things that look intermediate to you or different. Get further back here maybe. See if there's anything else. Western gull, first cycle, running away from the waves. Real dark, dark hooded thing. That looks like a herring. No, that's not fully an adult. He's got a lot of more black on the bill than normal, and also you can see that tertial hanging down with dark on it, so that's a third cycle bird. Kind of a dark glaucous wing or hybrid in the back there with a young California just in front and to its left. More people coming, so I bet these gulls are all going to get freaked out. There's a bunch of Californias back there. Herring, adult. There's kind of a cool looking real white-headed thing that I'm going to have to look at it through my binoculars to figure out what that is. It's probably a cook inlet bird from what I can see of the wingtips. Oh, there he is. See all those pale undersides to the primaries, yet it's got kind of a herring gull bill shape and also yellow eyes. So he's classic intermediate, right in halfway between the herring and the glaucous wing and look. So that's no doubt a cook inlet. Let's see. What else do we have? I don't know what happened to that Glaucous Gull. There are some birds that are a little closer in, but if I get closer in, I can't zoom out and have the whole bird in there. Mainly the flock today is glaucous wing hybrids, western, herring gulls, California gulls. It's a pretty good flock. When you get a lot of, here on the west coast, when you get a lot of glaucous wings or glaucous wing-like birds, that's when the unusual birds show up, like slaty-backed and so forth. So, although it's kind of sunnier than I like it for gull watching, it's all right today. Yeah, if some of you Eastern birders are kind of like having a conniption looking at these things, how weird they all look, yeah, welcome to my world. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, that adult that just walked in there, that's a nice Thayer gull. Actually a pretty small Thayer gull with even showing a bit of the green tone to the bill base. You can see the underside of the primary is pale. Let's see if I can. Oh, there you go. A lot of just walking away now to the right. That's a good looking one. Somebody else stepped in front. That's a pretty small and slim looking adult Glaucous-winged Gull that just stepped in front. Western over to the right there. And some of you are probably bored of this right now, but it's kind of fun for me. Gives me somebody to talk to, you know. Doesn't feel like I'm talking to myself. Usually I watch gulls and talk to myself. Anyway, there you go. Look at that mess of gulls, a lot of hybrids, a lot of pure ones too though. And just if you ever wonder why the slaty-back gulls, we never can identify a first-year bird, it's because of all these messy hybrids. If we didn't have them, I think it'd be much easier to sort out when we're actually looking at a first cycle slaty-back gull. But as it stands, we've got to be kind of conservative to sort of make that one fit. And this is a 2-year-old Western right there. So second cycle Western. Okay. I will first show you. There's the harbor. And Pillar Point on the outside of the harbor, which has this big old golf ball. When you see that big golf ball, you know you're in Half Moon Bay, you know you're in Gull City. And the harbor, as well as here where the creek mouths come in, are the places to be looking. All right, we'll leave it at that. Ciao from California. And now I'm gonna get some pictures of some of this stuff, actual photographs, and try to sort things out. Bye-bye.